One, two. Oh yeah. Hey, Miss T. Trying to get my stuff together. Ready for today's lesson in fine cuisine. See how big my hands are? There we go. Ah. Okay, so we are getting ready to get started. Got to write down the ingredients. So what we are making today for date night is garlic and herb lamb chops. I don't think I've ever eaten lamb chops before, but I might have, and I just didn't know it was lamb chops. So I don't want to say that I have or hadn't or whatever. So it has a couple of ingredients that we're gonna go through real quick. And our goal is to make it look really good. So this meal, I got the lamb chops from Kroger. They were on sale for $5.99. So if it's for two people, you're looking at around 11, 12 bucks. And then with all the sides and stuff, so this dinner could be about $22, give or take. And so it's pretty cheap if you make it at home. I'm gonna show you how we're gonna make it this time. I'm gonna tell you the ingredients that we're gonna be using. Some of them are already pre-made because of the fact that for timing. So we have to make the marinade sauce. Marinade sauce, you put a third cup of olive oil, fresh parsley, rosemary, thyme, uh, Cajun seasoning, uh, sea salt, onion powder. You're gonna put red pepper flakes, cracked black juice from one lemon, and 5 or 6 crushed garlic cloves. So since I'm only cooking for one, if you're cooking just for yourself, just cut all that in half, okay? And so when you do that, it just makes it a lot easier to understand what I'm doing. Now you're gonna sear it. You're gonna sear the lamb chop, and what you're gonna use is olive oil, unsalted butter, and rosemary. That's for that. And then we're gonna make a sauce. Now the sauce consists of wine, chicken broth, Worcestershire sauce, which is over there. I need to pull it out, and butter. Your sides are going to be neatly diced. I'll come over here. Neatly diced red bell pepper, yellow bell pepper, and also garlic. We're going to chop these. See how big they are? Okay. And then we got an onion too. Oh, and this is the main part of the sides is, okay, so this is what you call a Mexican squash, but it's a zucchini, but it's Mexican. That's why it's light. You see that? For those that don't live down south close to Mexico like we do. This is it looks like a zucchini, right? But it's a little bit bigger. So I wonder, it could be like a hybrid. So what we're gonna do right now is we're gonna chop that. Just chop it like so. And we're gonna put this on the plate with the rest of the veggies. We'll get this out the way. And we're gonna cook this in a separate pan. So I'm gonna show you a trick. When you sear it, you're gonna do that in a skillet, which I'll show you in a few. Okay. So it's gonna look like this. Ooh, this look good, right? Look like it came out of somebody's garden. See how pretty that is? It's because it's fresh. Okay. All right. So, okay. Oh, I didn't even show you the star of the party. Hold on. So the star of the party is the lamb. So you have to marinate this lamb with all the ingredients I showed you for the marinade. You put it all in a bowl, and this is what it looks like. This is your marinated lamb with everything in it. Now, here's the other thing that I learned about cooking lamb. Don't ever cook it cold. You're supposed to eat warm. You're supposed to cook it warm. So when I marinated it in the refrigerator overnight. After that, I had took it out an hour before we started filming. So I left it out an hour, so now it's room temperature. Okay. So make sure when you cook this, it's not cold or it's not hot. It's just at room temperature. You don't have to do nothing extra to it. When you marinate it, when you first put it in there, you got to rub into it. Rub it like like you rub your woman or your man. You just rub it like that, and you get in the crevices of everything. You gotta make sure it gets all in the crevice, and you want it all wet. Pause. Okay, so that's that. Okay, So we got that going on now. And then so now, yeah, we gotta do the crevices. You gotta get you gotta get any. You know what I mean? Mm, mm. You gotta do it like you love it, right? So after we do that, we're not gonna sear this just yet because it's not that long to cook. All right. What we're gonna do is we're gonna make a sauce, but we're gonna do the sauce from like scratch. But I guess we're gonna have to cook this first. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move this camera over here to the kitchen, and we're gonna start doing our work. I'll be right back, y'all. Okay. So we're walking over here. Look at the meat. All right. Everything goes into here. And as we get ready to cook everything, I'm going to show you what we're going to do. We're going to turn on the fire. We're going to do it like medium high. Okay. We got our olive oil. We're going to put the olive oil in here generously. Now, the thing about the lamb chops, a lot of people have a notion that when you sear it, you have to move it around and do all that. No, what you're gonna do is sear it for 5 minutes. That's it, and let the heat do the work. Let the heat do the work because if the heat don't do the work, you're not gonna cook it evenly, and it's not gonna work out the way you want it to work. Okay, so make sure that you properly heat this, and then as this starts getting really hot, this is when we're gonna add this. Okay. I wish I had some tongs. TT, you're gonna have to remind me next time to do the tongs, to get the tongs. Okay, so we got an extra skillet. This is where the veggies is gonna go. Okay, we're gonna turn this one on. We're gonna turn it on medium. While we're doing that, we're gonna do everything, but on this one, we're gonna also add oil. Usually I use grapeseed oil, but for today, we're using olive oil for instructional purposes. A lot of people, some people don't like grapeseed, or some people use different. So you can use any oil you want. I'm just using olive for this demonstration. Okay, so yeah, we got thank you, thank you. Okay, so we're gonna gotta bring all my seasonings. Okay, always get you keep you a bottle of Jugo, cumin. Let me get my pepper. I'm weird because I'm a left-handed Virgo. I always do things a little bit weird. So what I do before I put my vegetables in here, I always put garlic, salt, and pepper in there first. Don't ask why I do that. We're gonna put the Mexican zucchini in first. We're gonna let that cook for a minute because that's gonna be the hardest thing to cook is the zucchini. So you want to do the zucchini first. See how it's starting to steam up over here? Okay, so as this one's starting to steam up, we're gonna put this in here. 5 minutes each side. Turn the heat down just a little bit. Oh, oh, mm, dang, damn. Let that cook for about 5 on medium. Don't have to move it. Just let that cook right there. And while we're doing that, we're gonna let that cook down. So we're gonna do that for 5 minutes. And then while that's cooking, let me come back over here. So the sauce that we're gonna make for the lamb is gonna be in that same pan. And when we remove the lamb, we're gonna add everything else to make that sauce. All you need is this measuring cup to measure what you need. And from there, I'm gonna add the rest of this too. How's your day been? I know you're enjoying your day off, huh? I had to record my podcast for tomorrow this morning around 9 a.m. And then from there, I started. I was tripping when you said that right now because I was getting ready to check the weather. I'm gonna wash my car like 30 times this week. I was gonna attempt to do it again. It says it's gonna be sunny today. It says the high at 2 o'clock is gonna be 91. So if that's true and doesn't look like there's no rain, I'm gonna go try to attempt to wash my car again because I too am off and I too am going to enjoy my day off. So We're gonna let's see how this meat's doing real quick. It's been 5 minutes. Let's go flip that hoe. Okay. So we are going to flip this over. Oh my God. Look at this so far. If you could smell this right now, this smells like heaven. I think I use that word way too much. But when stuff smells like heaven, it really do. I really, if I was to leave this astral plane and go to another, I want it to smell like this. So we're gonna let this one. We got about 4 minutes on this. He said Swerve Day. It was not called Swerve Day. It was called Screw Day. Oh my goodness. Eh, eh, did you see that? You see that browning on it? Man. All right. So while the vegetables, I gotta pour a tad bit of chicken broth on it. Really? So it when you put screw, autocorrect said, "Oh no, she's trying to say swerve." Yeah, boy. Okay. Or we're just gonna pour a little bit of that in there while we're cooking the Mexican zucchini or squash or whatever it's called. Then we're gonna spice it up. Gotta put spice in everything. Be generous with it. You don't gotta delegate like the spices, man. Just do it. Make it make it make sense. Make it taste good. You want somebody coming over. If you had a date, you don't want your date coming over. You want he or she to be starving because of the way you cooking this. Okay. It's been about 5. So we're gonna take this off. Okay. We're gonna put this in the air fryer for right now so we can quick warm it. So you see, we have all this right here. And now we're gonna make our sauce. We're gonna turn the gas down, I mean the heat down a little bit. We're gonna use the rest of this. We're gonna add some butter. We're gonna add the butter now. It says to add a third cup, but like I said, we're only cooking for one person right now. So we're gonna cut that in half. So here's your cup. We got chicken broth. If you like to drink, you can pour you a glass of wine. We're using white wine. You only put that shit looks good, don't it? If you could smell it right now, you'd probably pass out. Okay. Okay. So we're gonna low cook this one and put it to the side. We're gonna flip the script. Now we're gonna concentrate on these veggies. Okay. We're almost finished, believe it or not. Has this been a little bit more efficient for you? This is a quick dish. It should only take about, well, if you do it all at the time, it's gonna take a little longer than this. Like I said, I already did the prep the day before. Which, if you're about to cook for your date or whoever, you can do it for your brother and sister if you love them like that. And you can do that. We need to put a little bit more chicken broth. I'm going to put some white wine into the vegetables as well. That's just to add the flavor to it. I'll do that in a second. You don't have to add a lot. You add your garlic. Okay. We add a little of the broth. We're going to add now the difference is we're not going to add white wine to this one. What we're going to add to this one is masala. We're only going to pour a little bit on there. We're going to let that cook. Let it cook. Okay. Okay. So we got that in under control. I need to wrap this up over here. Put this over here. We're almost done. We're gonna let this cook a little longer. This glaze over here, the sauce, oh my God. Again, I've never made lamb before. So this is the first time. I'm kind of excited. Okay. All right. Y'all keep an eye on this. I come back over here. Okay, so while that's cooking, that's the last thing we need to worry about now. Is just the veggies, and then the other last thing we have to do is just make it pretty. So we'll make that pretty. So I don't know if I should use a half bowl plate or a full plate, which I think I'm gonna go with the full plate. Now it's up to you if you want to add rice. I'm not adding rice to this because I didn't see the need for it. But if you want to add rice to it, feel free. But I honestly think this is gonna fill you up. So let me get a plate. When I move into my new house, anybody wants to do a housewarming gift and give me some new plates, I would enjoy that a whole lot. So we got our plate. And I'm going to show you shortly how to dress this bad boy up, okay? We're almost done. I like the fact that I'm almost under an hour with this because of proper preparations, right? We have it. I'm excited about this, okay? You know, with me, preparations, everything, right? Okay, so any questions? Any questions? And are y'all watching my food for me while I try to clean up a little bit? Feel like I made too many vegetables, but that's cool Because for dinner, I could use this and repurpose it and make chicken. Make a fried chicken breast, and then from there we can have a full day of food and menus and healthy eating. Okay. Either so far, it smells so good. Do you think with this type of dish it would need rice? I really don't think so, but all right. We almost there. We're almost at the home plate. We're almost there. Okay. Yeah, I think the rice would fit. You know what I'm saying? I just don't feel like it's needed. Well, I can see why you would want to put the rice with the vegetables. I would definitely understand it, and I wouldn't be mad at it either. But I can honestly say this is probably a simple dish. Okay, it's almost that time. Almost that time. 2 more minutes. There it is. All right, let's do this. Okay. 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 Y'all ready? Now, this is what we call a garlic and herb lamb chop. What y'all think? That's all I get is a thumbs up. You don't think this is a bad boy right here? I gotta do a video for TikTok real quick. Then I'll do the taste test. Jasmine? All right. Okay. Now, are we ready to taste it and see if it tastes as good as it looks? Okay. Oops. Let me take off my gloves. Okay, I'm gonna taste the veggie first. That's good. Now for the lamb chop. Wow. Look at that. Wow. Oh my God. Okay. Very. Eat this bad boy with white wine. I would say white wine. I want to go. Mm, what to go in? Saliva and everything. What should go in here is the veggies. Put this on your list. With the veggies, add cherry tomatoes. Yeah, the cherry tomatoes on this one. But yeah, this is garlic and herb lamb chops. Came out great, y'all. Damn. Take one more bite. Wrap it up for later. Mm. Mm. I was expecting it to be rubbery. This might be better than steak. Maybe I haven't eaten steak in a long time, but I think okay, I'm gonna take one more bite and then we're gonna go. Mm. Mm. Perfect. All right. If you like my videos, if you like my podcast, just subscribe. Doesn't mean nothing to you, but it means a lot to me. Thank you again. Just chopping it up with Hef. And we will see you on the flip. You understand? Bye. Bye, y'all. Bye, Miss T.